Hey friends, Rodney Rodriguez, Dirty Air. Hope you're having a great Friday and hope that you are ready for a great weekend now that we are into November. It is thankful November, so it is about that time and big race, month and into December, like I've been talking about here on the programs the last couple of weeks. Didn't want to dive on right here because I keep watching throughout the day. Today's a pretty special day if you're a Texas race fan. November 10th. Today is November 10th. Obviously, we're in 2023, but we are marking a pretty special day in Texas racing history. But honestly, it didn't happen in Texas. It didn't happen in Texas, but it did involve some pretty special folks that are Texas related. Kind of taking you back in time, it was November 10th, 1996. That is the Interstate Batteries number 18 there of Bobby Labonte for Joe Gibbs Racing. That is the number 5 car of Terry Labonte. And this was at the season finale in Atlanta. As everything came down to the wire right there, Terry Labonte won his second NASCAR Winston Cup championship. He had won his first with Billy Hagan back in 1984, so you had quite the difference right there. 12 years in between that first championship and the second championship, so you had another Cup championship coming back to Corpus Christi, Texas, one of my favorite places to go, especially when it comes to racing, but one of the coolest moments ever, and totally unscripted. I mean, just one of these things where it was so extemporaneous the way this all happened. So there's Terry Labonte. You know, he outruns Jeff Gordon, wins that championship in a year that Jeff Gordon dominated. But when it came down to consistency, it was Terry Labonte and the Kellogg's team there in the 5 car that won the championship. But here's the moment right here that really captured a lot of hearts and changed. I'm very old school. To me, this is one of the coolest celebrations that ever happened in racing. It's actually cool because in 1996, I got to ride with my dad in Victory Lane over in Austin. But right here are the Labonte brothers at Atlanta. Bobby Labonte wins the race. Terry Labonte wins the 1996 Cup Championship. And this was a moment that went down in history and continues to be one of the coolest moments that you're ever going to see. In this day of burnouts and whatever you want to call it, and celebratory extravaganzas that happen, this was back then, and there was Terry Labonte and Bobby Labonte celebrating, just kind of cruising around. Just a very, just a moment there, a family moment as Bobby and Terry just took a ceremonial victory lap right there. And I mean, it's something that's going to be replayed in the chronicles of NASCAR. One of the best moments in the history of NASCAR, in my opinion. Take the fact out of it. Take my homerism out of it. Take the fact out that I grew up watching Terry Labonte, and he was a hero of mine. Bobby Labonte, I saw one of his first races. I saw him at Texas World Speedway as well, racing back at the old Texas Race of Champions. But that right there is a memory that never goes away, as the Labonte brothers rode off into history right there with a NASCAR Winston Cup champion, and his brother who won the race that Terry captured the championship at 12 years later, right by his side. One of the coolest moments that you're ever going to find. And it really is cool to recount that. And the funny thing about it is, guys, you go back and you look at it, and like I said, we are that was November 10th, 1996, and here we are, November 10th, 2023. Really cool, special moment that you just go back and you enjoy that, and yeah, cool moment in the sport, and always happy to celebrate cool stuff like that, and I'll do more of these. This is actually the second one in the series here that I've done of just really cool NASCAR events. If you have an event or a race, whatever, that you'd like me to break down here on the RPM Multimedia channel with the Dirty Air platform, if you have one that you want to go back over with me, or you want me to go through, I would be happy to do that. You can message me at the Rodney R on Twitter. You can also message right here on the YouTube channel or on any of the Facebook pages. I'd love to break down the cool moments with you. Thanks for taking the time to cherish a special memory of mine as a Texan. It was the Labonte brothers back in 1996 at Atlanta. You guys have a great weekend.